Hello, everybody. Welcome to the most recent and probably your new favorite podcast about motorsports. This is Azul do Volante.
Good morning, good afternoon, and why not good evening? Here we are again, back on track. We are.
Azul do Volante.
My name is Diego. I'm presenting myself like a host, the main guy, the important one, the one who knows about these issues. I'm going to introduce my friend, partner. His name?
João Barata, here in Portugal, and we are 50-50, man. We are both important, and you are the host, really. I'm like do you know when it's like the commentators, there is like the main guy and the one there is like the technician. You are the main guy and I'm the technician.
There is only one guy that knows almost nothing about what he's saying, and that is me. But I'm a curious guy, as you always say. Well, we join here almost every week to speak about one of the things we most like in the world of sports. And what are we going to share today, my friend?
Well, today we will talk about two last races of Formula One. First the Russian Grand Prix and then the Turkish one. Both good races, not boring, at least not boring. They were good races, yeah. Both with external help, which was the rain. But yeah, very interesting. Good for the championship because we have still Verstappen and Hamilton separated only by 6 points, which is not a lot. And yeah, so let's start with Russia, which was the first one of the two. Well, I think we should start with what a performance by Lando Norris, even though he didn't win. What did you think about that?
I was completely surprised about. I'm going to repeat you. Sorry, I'm going to steal your words about his performance. It was amazing the way he worked all the race long. It was so sad to see him not to win that race. I still don't know. We haven't speak a lot about that. We haven't discussed it. But perhaps if the team, well, surely you are going to comment it later. But if the team would take more care of him, probably today we were speaking about Orlando win. What happened? And you said it a few minutes ago. I mean, rain changed it all. And in a commonly very boring track, we had a very special race. I think full of emotions.
Yeah, and even the qualifying session also.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We had, the both top drivers. One of them was with a penalty, wasn't he?
Yeah, Red Bull thought that Russia was the best place for Verstappen to make that, third change that led into the fourth power unit. And so he got penalized and started from last place. But the thing was that Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton did not capitalize on that, at least in the qualifying session, because the conditions also didn't help and they didn't want to risk it and change to slick tires. Yeah, they stayed in the intermediates, and the result was that Hamilton only started fourth, and ahead of him Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz and George Russell. And if we know that probably Williams is not so, in fact in this particular case it was very difficult also to overtake the Williams because their speed on the straights is enormous. Only maybe the Ferrari would be the easier one because of that issue. But the thing is that in the start of the race, and I'm jumping to that part.
Great.
Hamilton was very cautious and he lost some positions there. I think he was like 7th out of first corner maybe, or 6th. And so it was not an ideal situation for him, and he got stuck behind Daniel Ricciardo. And well, it was like Russell was doing a DRS train, as we call it. And so nobody could overtake no one. So it was not the best start for Hamilton. Carlos Sainz started from second to the lead and hold on for quite a few laps, But then Lando was faster and was dominant and was going for the win. Meanwhile, on the back, we had also Charles Leclerc, and he did. Man, did you see his race start? It was great.
How many positions did he earn?
He started 19th. He got out of first corner on 13th, in the 13th position. So it was good, a good operation.
Absolutely.
And also Verstappen.
Was he with a penalty also?
Yeah, because and that is a good call that you made, because he got a penalty because Ferrari changed this power unit to a new specification because they didn't updated their engine this year. Each team had an update to do this year, and almost all teams did it on the beginning of the year. But Ferrari only did it now. They thought that it was best to research and develop more, and so they only did it now. Rumors say it's about 15 horsepower, which is not a lot, but it is also. And well, we can't be quite sure after these few races if it really made a difference, but it seems that they are competitive. At least it seems so. We will talk about that in the Turkey GP.
They switched. Did they change in one car for that race and
then on the other?
Yeah,
but Leclerc and Verstappen on that initial stages of the race were overtaking everyone. On the other side, Bottas, which was also penalized, was not overtaking many guys, as opposed to what he did in Monza. But and then the mid part of the race we reached the stops. Hamilton and Verstappen stopped in the same lap. After that, Verstappen, we could see that he was struggling with the medium tire because he started with the hards opposed to everyone. And Hamilton was gaining some positions until he reached second behind Lando. But it seemed that Lando he was in control of the situation. And he even told that after, he's in control. And we understood in the beginning of the race that it was very difficult for Mercedes to overtake Mercedes engines. But then it happened like 5 or 6 laps before the end of the race. It started raining. They had to make a call and they did the wrong one. I think it happens.
It was dramatic. Those guys trying to decide what was the least worst decision because there wasn't a good decision to take. How much of it are we going to lose? Speculate with how much of it, how much time and when are going to stop the other drivers.
Yeah, and I think the key here was that, at least from the communications, it seemed that McLaren didn't have the right information about the weather. And so they were not positive that it was going to rain more. While Mercedes was positive that it was going to rain more. Because I think that if McLaren knew that, they would told Norris shut the F up and just come in the pits and swap your tires, man. But they were not sure. And maybe also it's that situation that, I don't know, but maybe if Lando had pitted, Lewis would stay out. Because doing the opposite thing, Or maybe not, I don't know, but The thing, an interesting thing about all this is that even if Lewis overtook Norris from second to first, the great winner of the rain, of that late rain, was Verstappen, which was in seventh place before the rain, and ended the race in second, which was a great operation for a guy that started last. Was trying to do damage control. It was great deal of damage control. Even Lewis was surprised to see him. What? This guy finished second.
What's doing this guy here? Yeah.
But hard break for Norris. But he has time to win races. His time will come. I think so.
Yeah, both McLarens did a good job that race. Obviously, the team leader was Lando, but Ricciardo finally did it in 4th place. It's not a bad result.
He was one of the guys that made the right call.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like Bottas also, he finished 5th and he was... I don't even think he was on the points. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. And well, a final note in this race. Two final notes.
Yeah.
3. I'll make it 3. Good podium
Okay.
for good podium for Carlos Sainz, 3rd place.
Mhm.
Perez was doing a good race, but because there was a time that it was pretty much before the rain, that it seemed that he could fight with Lewis, but then they messed, I think, his pit stop or something like, I don't know, but I remember that I said, oh, this is finally a good race from Sergio Perez, but then rain, not good. And also
He's
final...
not a good driver at rain, and I think there was a problem with the tire. I'm not sure, but I think there was one. Yep. Sorry.
And two final mentions to Kimi Raikkonen, which finished 8th, and George Russell, and points finish with the Williams, always good. And as I said, Kimi also very, very good, finishing in 8th position and grabbing 4 points, which for Alfa Romeo is a lot of points.
Hmm. Very necessary for the team.
Yeah, but they are well far behind Williams. I don't think they will catch them. They are 16 points behind,
Hmm.
and they only have 7. So yeah.
Very difficult in only six races to run.
Yeah, 6.
Mm.
But yeah, and this was Russian GP. Do you have any final commentary?
You know, it was a pity. I suffered a little about Lando, but this McLaren disappointing decision became a hot finish for the championship. They lost the race, but the championship was still on fire and is still on fire thanks to that. Thanks of the McLaren loss, I think.
Yeah. And so, will we fly to Turkey?
Yes, please. Yes, I cannot wait to be there. Mm. But first of all, please, let's share a shawarma or a Turkish candy, please.
Yeah. So, we arrived Turkey. Well, I don't know if it was expected, but I don't think so. We saw a dominant performance by Mercedes all weekend. Fastest car, undoubtedly. And yeah, they seem to, I don't know if you noticed, but they are using their car with the highest rake that they've ever been.
Yeah, I saw something strange there, but I didn't know that they were changing on the angle of the rake.
Throughout the season, they have been changing it like just a little bit more, and now they reached the maximum that their car could, well, this design and this project could achieve. And also they did another thing, and this explains the Bottas penalty in Russia, because in Silverstone they are using very aggressive engine modes, and they were having some problems with fluids coming out of places that they were not supposed to. I don't know the proper word in English.
Yeah, I think you described the situation. Yeah.
And so what they did was change all the bolts and screws and the material. I'm saying the material, not the bolts itself, but yeah, they changed the material, put some stronger materials there. The engine is 0.6 kilos heavier, but they did that and changed the unit in Bottas as a test. And well, they analyzed it after Russian GP, and there were no problems. And so they did that also with Hamilton in Turkey. That's why they changed this internal combustion engine, because it was there, that was the issue. And supposedly they are analyzing now the engines again, because they have to see if Bottas' engine withstand 2 races without issues, and if also the Hamilton's one is also okay. But it's interesting because it seems that Mercedes is really going all in that
Yeah,
recent.
sorry, I was going to tell you that Red Bull is going to ask for a deep revision of that engine. They are saying, between brackets, they are saying that perhaps there is something illegal there. We'll see.
Well, when Ferrari gained a lot of performance out of nowhere, there were some inquisitions also, and some things were discovered. So yeah, it's always normal to do those kinds of actions, but well, we will see. I don't believe they will find anything. I think it's just going all in. They are risking more a failure of an engine, but that's what they have to do to fight for this championship. And even so, we saw that in Monza, Russia, and also in Turkey they were faster. But the thing is that in fact Verstappen was able to do a great deal of damage control and is leading the championship by 6 points. So they did not capitalize that advantage. It seems, at least after the performance they showed in Turkey, that in Texas they will be the fastest car. But we have also to pay attention that there was an issue with Verstappen's car, probably the setup, because it was the smallest difference that he had to Sergio Perez. And if you analyze the average pace of Mercedes compared to Ferrari and McLaren throughout the season, in Turkey it was the same, but Red Bull was much slower than usual, than what is usually. So they did not find the correct setup, probably, and so we have to wait for Texas to see how it will go. But there was a step up for Mercedes for sure. If it's enough, we have to see. Yeah.
I know. Always Mercedes surprised with their evolution. They have always one more trick on the pocket to put on the table.
Yeah, but they should at least be here, because we know that even with these upgrades, I think that Mexico and Interlagos, Brazil, they will not be competitive enough for Red Bull, because in those tracks they will have that high altitude problem that Mercedes usually has.
Oh, yes.
And well, Qatar is a surprise for everyone, but the other track, Saudi Arabia, I think it will probably suit more Red Bull. And Abu Dhabi, well, last year it was interesting because it was the only track I think that Red Bull clearly was stronger than Mercedes.
Sorry, I would like to ask you a little bit about Qatar. You mentioned it. I do not know the track. You surely know it from MotoGP. Has it got a long straight?
Not long straights, no.
Okay.
The main straight is normal, not long, and it has no point for overtaking. No, I think at least clear for Formula One. And I'm thinking that maybe it will be like a faster Hungaroring. I don't know if this is a good comparison, but yeah, let's see how this statement will age.
Okay, we'll see soon. But well, it sounds like track that could be suitable for Red Bull. Sounds like, I guess.
Yeah, but do you remember what happened in Hungaroring?
So true.
Yeah. It's been an interesting year. We can say that. I just would like to add also that, as I said,
Yes,
Mercedes dominated the weekend, but it was still Red Bull that finished second and third, even though Bottas won the race. But the thing that I said previously also that I would like to talk about Ferraris here is that Leclerc was able to go with Bottas and Verstappen all race. He just finished fourth because he tried to go for the win, and that was very interesting.
Yeah, we were commenting during the race. We were saying that was it possible to go up to the end with no fresh tires? Well, at least they tried.
Yeah, he took a chance. It's a win or nothing. Because if he had just pitted when Verstappen did that, also he would have. I think he would have followed Verstappen and finished third like he did on the first stint. It was just like that. So it was very interesting pace showed by Ferrari, and also Carlos Sainz's recovery. It was very good, very good.
Absolutely. Demonstrating that evolution, that power unit evolution is very effective.
Yeah, but yeah, you were saying we will go to Texas. Now it's just in a week and some days, and I think at least I'm very, very looking forward to it because I want to see what happens if it was really Mercedes that, if it's more like Mercedes that stepped up the game, or if it was more an error of setup or some issue with Red Bull. Because I don't know, but if Mercedes puts a performance like this again, I think that Red Bull will not be capable to maintain that or Verstappen in this case, that lead until the end of the year, even if there are some tracks that suit them more. Because it was a clear advantage in this track. But yeah, as we were talking in Hungaroring, it was also very strange because Red Bull completely missed the setup there, and it seemed that Mercedes. It seemed we went back to 2018 or something like that. And then in Zandvoort, boom, it was like opposite. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting review of both races. So we are really waiting for US Grand Prix in a week. Okay. So that's it about these two races. This time,
That's it.
Okay, Joao, it was a pleasure. Very, very interesting. We would like to invite you to follow us at Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Go check us out. We put some nice news there.
Every day, almost every day.
Almost every day, yeah. Almost.
Okay. See you soon next week reviewing MotoGP.
Yeah. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.